Well, Mr Deputy Speaker, I've got no confidence in his government. I know there's a few people who say, oh, well, the zombie Prime Minister made a few errors because he didn't know he was at the party, he didn't know it was a party, he didn't know he was drinking at the time, he didn't know the law, even he wrote the law, so we should sort of let him off. But he got the big issues right. Well, I put it to you that he didn't get the big issues right. Take COVID, 200,000 people dead, the highest in Europe. It's a complete disaster. They say, well, we got the vaccine now. Well, we had the vaccine. And then the Prime Minister claims, oh, if we'd been in the European Medical Agency, we wouldn't have been able to roll it out. Well, that is not true. We would have. And he keeps repeating this untruth again and again. Billions lost in procurement in this whole episode. How do we know? Well, Wales was given £1 billion to deliver test, track and trace. And they only spent half a billion. Why? Because they delivered it through public health, through local authorities, instead of people putting their hand in the till and taking the money. Like the former health secretary's landlord got a contract. It's absolutely ridiculous. And what about the economy? The economy is supposed to be doing well. Well, we just heard from the member for East Ham, the Prime Minister consistently stands there, there's all those 500,000 more people in jobs or whatever he says that week, when he knows that's only payroll. It doesn't include the self-employed. And if you ask the Office for National Statistics, there's something like 500,000 fewer people in jobs, intentionally, in my view, giving the wrong impression on the economy. And yet we've got the slowest recovery in the G7, the slowest growth projected, we've got the highest inflation. It's a disaster. Then we're told, oh, he's got Brexit done. Well, 25% of the fruit isn't being picked. We're not butchering the meat. There was 40,000 pigs culled, and yet the price of ham is up 27%. Well, is that a success? And what about trade? Trade's down 15%. What about these trade deals? Well, if we got the Japanese trade deal through the EU, we'd have made £1 billion more in GDP. And what about efficiency? Passports, you're going to wait 12 weeks. Driving licenses, all the civil servants pushed into Brexit management, botched Brexit, and now they're going to cut 90,000 civil servants. That's going to go well, isn't it, if you're in a queue? And then there's a Northern Ireland protocol. We'll pull them out of the single market so that business will fail, so we mess up the peace process, we'll break international law. Talking of which, Rwanda. Look at how Israel didn't want to send the refugees to Rwanda. Why? Because they were being tortured, they were being raped, they were being killed. And yet we are, the solution to that is to pull out of the European Convention of Human Rights that Churchill put together. So our fundamental values of democracy, freedom and human rights are being ripped up at a time that China is abusing democracy in Hong Kong, human rights in the Uyghurs, confronting Taiwan, Russia is moving in, and we're abandoning the rights of protest, playing into Putin's hands. And even the windfall tax is given back to the oil producers. The fact is that the Labour government produced 40% growth in 10 years, doubled health and education. We need another Labour government to invest in growth for a better future.